Benson Union High School District is one of the only, if not the only, district in the state that doesn't charge for student athletics. But that presents some special challenges. Let's go. Hello, everyone. I am your host for this episode of the podcast Southwest of Center. As I mentioned, the Benson Union High School District is one of the only, if not the only, district in the state that doesn't charge for student athletics. But that means it has to look to other sources of funding. So joining me today is a very special guest, Eric Tatham. He is the athletic director for BUHS. I'm just going to refer to it as BUHS from now on. And I am a Benson alumni, and Eric is going to explain. First of all, I think we ought to tackle the issue of why they don't charge for student athletics, because that means that the students don't have to pay, but somehow they have to come up with the funding. So, Eric, welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for
having
being here.
Me. Appreciate it.
You've been the athletic director for BUHS, which is freshmen through seniors, I assume.
Yes, sir.
For what now?
Just finishing my fourth year, heading into year 5.
How do you like it?
I have had a great time being in Benson. All the kids, the faculty, the community has welcomed me, and it's just been a great experience.
So what's, aside from the funding, before we get into that, because that's a big, huge challenge, what are some of the other challenges you have? I mean, just is participation a challenge? You get good participation?
We have great participation. We have a little over 450 students in our school, and over 200 kids are participating in athletics.
Almost 50%.
Oh, yeah. And the unique challenge is that many of them are 2 and 3 sport athletes. So crossing over between each season can pose some difficulty.
Now, let me ask you a question. Do you worry so much about whether or not a particular sport in the team brings home the championship, or do you have too many other things to worry about and you leave that to the coaches?
Well, kind of both. I mean, I'm used to championship teams, and I really want them to be champions, and that's what we're building towards in all sports.
Well, the reason I mention that is morale goes a long way towards building champs, right?
Yes.
And if students feel like they're not appreciated, then that's a challenge too, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Sure.
So that's my...
Well, we have to build relationships with kids. And, as a coach and as a faculty, that's most important.
Well, that's my segue into what we're going to talk about, which is the funding. It's a challenge. And you need to pay for everything with donations, essentially, or state funding. What is everything? It's field maintenance, it's uniforms. Just give me some of the examples.
Well, every season you need game balls, practice balls.
Oh, balls, yes,
yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, every year, for instance, a football costs almost $150 per ball. And so each year we try to outfit them with 10 new balls because we need to make sure we have one for each game.
Well, somebody might say, why $150 for one football? It has to meet certain specs?
It does. The NFHS has requirements.
Tell me about that.
National Federation of High School has requirements that for all of our equipment, from helmets that they wear for baseball, their bats, the balls that we use.
The pads for football?
I don't believe that has an NFHS stamp on those.
Okay.
But they are certified.
You still have to provide them.
Oh, absolutely. And those are expensive.
So
those helmets the helmets that we give are over $400 a piece.
Oh my God. So
this year we have 12 of them that we need. We have 72 kids slotted to come out. We only have 60 helmets as of last week.
The others got broken?
Well, they get
wear and tear, cracks.
Every year they get they go through the MRI. They check for cracks. They age out. So
Eric, the bottom line is all of that is paid for through donations. How much money are we talking about overall? And you're saying everything, field maintenance. So to get a guy to mow the field, that you have to raise money for that.
Well, I mean, we do have a guy that does that. It's part of our maintenance crew.
Okay, but still, let's say,
I mean, this money that I don't want people to think that the donations are going to his salary, because that's not true.
okay, so break it down. Where exactly is the money going? It's
Just
going for equipment,
uniforms, travel, food.
Explain the travel.
Oh, these kids travel a lot. For instance, let's just take soccer for next year. We have to travel to Winslow, Arizona for one game. So it's a 5-hour drive, and we have to weigh the options of leaving school early, trying to get the game to start earlier so that we can drive home that night, or do we send the kids, put them up in a hotel, come back the next morning, which means that they miss some more school the next day or maybe the whole day. So there's always a hotel situation in just about every tournament that they go to. And of course, for the state tournaments, this past weekend, the baseball team was in the state championship, and they stayed in Phoenix on Friday night and Saturday. So we had to foot the bill for 10 rooms each night.
So, Eric, you have a separate budget, is that right, that this money would go into from where it's allocated?
Yes, all of this money goes to our donation account. There's I can't give you the numbers, but each numbers meaning the account that it goes into. But there's different accounts within the school district, and there's a donation account for general athletics.
Okay, so now we're kind of getting to the nub of it. The athletic department and BUHS athletics needs help because they're finding that they're not covering everything they need to cover. So that's what this podcast is about. We're casting out there, see who can donate. Eric said that he already has some good business donations. You've got some, what you said, 7 sponsorships?
7 of them, yeah.
Is that making a difference? Is it adding up?
So far, so good. Yes, sir.
So businesses, tell me how people can help. How can they sponsor?
Well, it's just we get their names out there at our games. We have a radio system called Game Time Radio, Neptune Game Time Radio. And if you're familiar with Walmart radio,
right, yeah.
It's similar to that, almost identical, maybe the same company even, I'm not sure, but there's professional opportunities to produce professional commercials, and we play those at our games. We also have a scorers table that the Booster Club donated to us, which was nice, through sponsorships, and we're going to put their ads on those as well. We also have windscreen ads. So if you've been to our school, you'll see lots of banners all over the place, which are vinyl banners. These banners that I'm talking about today are windscreen banners. Typical, so the wind goes through them nicely, and they're going to be on the baseball backs or baseball outfield fence facing the school student parking lot, where most of our fans park.
Now, you've had sponsors in the past. What's different this year that you're kind of throwing a wider net out there? Are you finding yourself coming up short? You needing more money?
Absolutely. We always need more. And this is a different opportunity. It's a different plan. The Power Ad Company produces professional commercials, ads that go onto our table. Professional meaning instead of a still shot, it's more of a movement ad that goes onto our nice digital scores table. And their windscreens are super nice, and they're going to be 3-year commitment versus a 1-year commitment.
So is there any different exposure for sponsors aside from what you might see at the field?
Yes, the commercials, the radio commercials are pretty popular.
And where does that radio reach?
It will be on during our volleyball games, during our basketball games, basketball tournament, wrestling tournament, baseball games.
So if I'm out, not at the game, can I tune in?
No.
Okay, so it's
this
at
is
the game.
at the games.
Okay.
Yes.
How are you getting the word out aside from this podcast? What are we looking for? What should we be seeing?
It's just cold calling from Power Ad through Georgina Munoz.
So you've never done this before?
Never.
What's it doing for you?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, how's it working out?
Oh, it's working out good. I mean, every little bit of money that comes in is appreciated and helpful.
What would an average donation be, Eric? What if someone walked up to you on the street and said, "Hey, Eric, here's a check for $50. You're going to take it?"
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
How often does that happen? Individual donations.
very rarely. We did receive usually it's for individual sports. This past softball season, one of our alumni softball players just out of her own pocket wrote a $500 check to the program. And that was pretty shocking, pretty exciting.
Nice,
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
Now, do we need to break this down by sport? For instance, I would guess that football might need more than, say, soccer. I don't know, but how does that work?
Yeah. I mean, it's just all for me, from my perspective as the athletic director, I'm paying for everything that they can't pay for through their fundraising. So just wherever the needs are.
Okay.
And yes, football has more needs.
What would you say is the sport that needs the most? I'm just curious. Not that it makes any difference, because I think people ought to donate without worrying about where the money goes, as long as it goes for this. But how would you break down the sports?
Well, football definitely needs more because, I mean, I told you a minute ago that we're anticipating 72 football players and 72 jerseys, and each of those jerseys is worth $150 each, so we're talking lots of money in uniforms. And if we do a typical, my idea coming to Benson was trying to put us on a uniform rotation every 4 years. So every 4 years, every sport is getting a new set of uniforms.
Every sport.
Every sport.
Maybe we ought to mention that. How many sports are there? Can you name them all?
13, yeah.
There's softball, football.
Let me start. Easy for me to start in the fall. So fall would be football, volleyball, cross country, both boys and girls. We have a co-ed soccer. It's actually a men's soccer, but we don't have a female soccer team. So the fall soccer is a co-ed all across the board. And then we also have our spirit lines, which is consisting of the cheerleaders and the dancers, which we have a great team, great tradition there. Moving into the winter, we have girls and boys basketball. We have wrestling, for both boys and girls. Our wrestling team for girls has just increased to 10 girls this last year.
That's awesome.
Pretty amazing.
That is.
We have a head coach for each of those. Moving into the spring, we have softball. We have baseball. We have tennis, both boys and girls. We have track and field, both boys and girls. We have golf.
Wow.
Those are 13 sports, probably more like 29 teams if you count the JV, and we have a few teams that have a freshman team as well.
This is a big picture.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. Now, you did mention before we came on that there's some state funding. Break that down. How does that work? What does that look like?
Well, I'm not really prepared to talk about that, I don't think, because I don't know. I don't want to misspeak. But
okay, but there is some funding from the state, but not enough to cover what we're talking about.
Sure. I mean, the state gives per pupil to our district, and it comes into a pie, and we get a portion of the pie. I'm not sure what our portion exactly is, but they help us tremendously.
Well, I think, and I really want to dig into this a little bit, because people are going to say, why this year and not years previous? Are you finding it harder and harder to cover expenses every year?
Well, Benson is in need of, especially our gym is in need of repair. We have, if you've been in our gym, there's lots of cracking in the drywall. It needs new paint. It needs to be updated, and it's not cheap. I reached out a couple years ago, and it was going to be $100,000 plus to redo our gym, and that's a lot of money.
It is. Is that part of the goal here, if you will?
Absolutely, yes.
All right. What else do you want to say about the program? Believe it or not, we've been going almost 20 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Time goes fast when you're having fun.
Yeah, this is great.
Tell me a little bit more about how people, let's get right into it. Is there a website?
There's not a website. You would call me directly, and I'll put you in touch with Georgina. Or if you're interested in donating through the Booster Club, I can put you in touch with Alyssa Montijo.
Do you have those numbers, or will you provide them to me?
I can give them to you for sure.
Okay. At this point in the podcast, actually from the beginning, I'm going to put something on the screen that says to help, the athletic department to donate whatever, call. And I'll put two numbers up there. You said who?
Georgina Munoz for
Okay.
Power Ad.
Yeah.
And Alyssa Montijo. She's the president of our Benson Bobcat Booster Club.
Do you have a number where people can reach out directly to you?
Sure.
What is it?
520-955-3229.
All right. I'll put that up too, and they can call you directly. Is that your cell phone?
Right onto my cell phone. No crank calls.
Listen, I can't guarantee because you'd be amazed at some of the crank calls I get. But I put my phone number out there. I don't care. But you just...
Yeah. I'm here to support the community, and if this is the way to do it, then I'm willing.
So tell me, let's just kind of chat a little bit about athletics. Which one did you excel in, if you did at all, in high school?
I was a baseball player at Tucson High and a football player.
Hence the cap.
Actually, this is a Bobcat.
I know, but baseball players seem to wear those with the wide brim.
Exactly.
And,
I am a baseball guy. I played at Tucson High through the 80s, part of the 87, 88 back-to-back state championship baseball program.
What position?
Second base.
And how good were you?
I thought I was better than I was, apparently, because I didn't make it. I got cut from the team at Yavapai. But, it was a great experience. I played with a lot of great players, great coaches, and just great tradition.
I would have guessed you to be a wrestler.
Grandfather was a wrestler, not myself.
Yeah.
I played free safety in football as well.
How did you like that?
I love football.
Yeah.
Football was a great experience.
I like high school football better than college or pro.
It's a lot of fun.
There's more spirit, it seems to me. So tell me a little bit about the sports and how the kids participate and, some of the highlights of your program.
Well, I brought a bunch of highlights for our season as I didn't
Let's
know whether
hear
you'd
them.
ask
No,
me.
go ahead.
Sure. 25-26 season. We want to start with our runners. Our cross-country teams did outstanding. We had a second place boys finish in the Division 4
Hey, before
sectionals.
we go any further, if you or someone on your staff would send this to me in an email, I'll put it on the screen while you're talking about it.
Sure.
All right, so
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Okay, so cross-country boys, they finished second in the sectionals. Girls finished first. So they were the champion in the Division 4 sectionals. At state, the boys finished 8th. I believe there was 39 teams, and the girls finished 9th. In football, actually, before I get any further, we should talk probably about a couple individuals in cross country, and that would be Rayleigh Olson. She's a senior graduating. She ended up being the state champion in the Division 5 300-meter hurdles for the women.
Wow.
She was 14th at the open state, but she's going to be running at Pima College next year.
Good for her.
So that's outstanding.
And good for her coaches and teammate. Yeah, so go ahead.
Homeschooler.
Really?
Homeschooler. Her. Quick story I share when she signed her letter of intent, got a chance to speak to her parents, and I asked her mom, has she always been a runner? She said, no, she hated me when I told her she had to run cross country as a freshman. She goes, because a rule in our house as a homeschool family is you have to do something. And she was kind of dragging her feet on picking something, and her parents picked it for her, and now she's going to college to run.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah. In football, we finished 8-5 overall. We tied for 5th because we had 2 state victories. It was a great season in football. We have a great football coach, Chris Rasmussen, and our coach for cross country is Randy Barney, been there a long time. Chris, we brought in. He's heading into his 3rd season. He's from Nevada/Texas. Great coach. They were region champions. Soccer, we were 4-5-2. We have a new coach there named David Mount. He's heading into his 2nd season. Excited about what he's going to bring. He was the assistant coach for our soccer team back when we won the state championship back in the early 2010s, I believe. Volleyball, we were region champions. The girls were great, 16-1 overall. Coach Jackie Blotchke ranked 8th going into the state tournament. We did lose our first game in the state, which was kind of a bummer, but I think she's got those girls ready to roll again this year.
Good deal.
Spirit Line, Janelle Farmer, Megan Creel, obviously they've had some state championships in the last few years. Boys basketball, record 17-13. Coach Alex Montijo, they finished ranked 21st. Girls basketball, and Alex is building a great program there with a really solid freshman basketball team. Girls basketball, their record was 23-8. They were ranked 21st. They did win a state play-in game, lost in the first round. Coach Brian Taylor, great coach. Highlight of the girls basketball program was they did win our holiday basketball tournament, which is in December, and they also won the Boyd Baker. So they won 2 tournaments this year. Great team's doing great. Got time to keep going?
Yeah, keep going.
Okay, wrestling. Coach Terry Kilpatrick. He had some state qualifiers in Jesus Cañas Quesada, Tatum Kilpatrick, Tyson Kilpatrick, Colton Deskins, and Mason Stanley. In tennis, we had a women's player named Lucy Cooper. She made it to the quarterfinals, lost in that round, tied for 6th in state. Great tennis player. She's a junior. Looking for a lot of good things from her next year.
Good deal.
In golf, our team finished just outside of the cut. It would have been the first time in quite a while that they've made a team to the state, but they barely missed it. But we did have 2 individuals qualify. One is Bianca Gerke. It's like another co-ed program, and Bianca finished 2nd in out of all the females, but she had to go up against the boys as well. Can you believe she shot 72 at state?
Is that right?
Yeah, and finished 13th.
Wow.
There was a boy who finished 9 under the second day.
Wow.
But Bianca has a scholarship.
That's great.
She's got a scholarship to go play Division I golf at the Citadel in
Really?
South Carolina
Wow.
Military Academy.
That's
Or
great.
military college.
Yeah.
The other player is a sophomore, Cohen Barney. He's going to be our quarterback next year. He's also a golfer, and he shot 81.
Amazing.
Yeah, great golfer. Look forward to. Track and field, another Coach Randy Barney is also the coach of that. Oh, coach for golf is Coach Jeff Christensen, and our coach for tennis is Audrey Chapman. Randy Barney is our track and field coach, also our cross-country coach. Great things going on there. I explained to you what happened with Rayleigh Olson. Hazel Chapman, Audrey's daughter, is 2nd place in Division 5 pole vaulting. A unique thing about Hazel is that Hazel, great basketball player, great volleyball player. She played tennis and track at the same time, and then went to state and took 2nd in pole vault.
Wow.
She's a great athlete. Softball coach is Grace Park. Their record was 9-18 overall. Grace was a first-year coach. Looking forward to her 2nd year. They did win their first their state play-in game, so they did make it to state. Lost in the first round. And then this past weekend, our baseball team, as I told you a little earlier, coached by Fred Trujillo, record 15-11 overall, meaning that they lost some games to some tough teams in their tournament play, but they finished ranked 7th in state. Region champions. They knocked out the number 2 seed, the number 3 seed, and ended up in the state championship against the number 1 seed, Scottsdale Christian. Had one bad inning, really. We had 4 errors, gave up 5 runs in 1 inning. We lost 7-3. So that's a great program as well. Fred's always in the top 3, easy.
So we're reaching the end of the school year. What happens over the summer? What's the next sport coming up that people ought to think about putting on their calendar?
Football, volleyball, soccer, cross country.
When does football season start?
Starts right away in second week in July.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that's the training. Not when's the first game?
First game, ooh, gosh, you caught me off guard. I want to say the 23rd of August.
August?
Yeah.
Oh, that early.
Yeah, we're coming up.
All right. Well, it sounds to me like, Eric, like it's robust and really healthy, and you got a lot of amazing students and athletes there, so it sounds all good.
Yes, and I did mention Rayleigh going to play in college. I mentioned Bianca. We also have Dawson Judd, who's going to go play baseball at Paradise Valley Community College. We have Raleigh Evans going to Rainy River, Minnesota to play baseball. We have Coco Farron. I can't remember exactly where she's going, but she's playing basketball. We have a girl going to cheer. Brooke Preston going to go cheer at EAC. We've got kids going on to the next level.
Hey, something just occurred to me. What about women's wrestling? Did you mention that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, they performed amazingly well this year, didn't they?
They absolutely did, yeah.
Yeah, I was really impressed with
Yeah,
that.
they did.
All right. Well, Coach, I think we're going to wrap it up. Can I call you Coach?
Absolutely.
I feel like calling you Coach.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to wrap it up. We'll be sure and mention, I'm glad you got to go through your list of all your athletes there.
Thank you
That's
so
great.
much for allowing me to do that.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. We can do this again.
Absolutely. I had a great time, and you got an awesome setup here.
Thank you. First time with a microphone and headphones and a podcast. So you look like you're having fun.
I love it. I do love it. Yes.
Okay, very cool. All right, well, listen, we're going to wrap up. You're going to get me the info so that we can tell people how to get a hold of you, but it's pretty simple. All right?
Yep.
All right, thanks.
Now the digits.
All right, well, listen, I have to say, folks, they've got a great program over there. All the sports are thriving, and I knew that ahead of time. I did a little bit of reading, and all you have to do is get involved, support the excellent athletics at Benson Union High School, especially if you're like me, an alumnus. And even if you're not, it's a wonderful program. So we'll have Eric back, talk about how the program's doing, and maybe coincide with football season. How's that?
That'd be awesome.
All right. Folks, thanks for joining us. I'm your host for this episode of the Southwest Center Podcast. Catch you next time.